All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostle and elders, Great Millstone, who teach very well. While up this truth from and sanitation out there to the hopeful lick, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. And today, just basically getting on the times that are playing. Just a continuation of the lesson me and the brother Tazawam did Friday, man, because it's already made manifest at what times that we are in. We are not in the times of hugs and kisses. We are not in the time when America is going to get a reboot. No, we're in the time of the transferring of kingdoms. But in order for the transferring of kingdoms to come, things must happen. Troubles, evils, bad times, man. You know? Because this is not going to be a smooth transition into the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be a rocky transition, man. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off right here in the book of 2nd Ezra. Because it's not like we're shooting this from the hip. We just maybe it lives, maybe it not. No, for lack of better words, these things are made evident as each day go by and as each day pass. We're one step closer to the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. But let's read this real quick in the book of 2nd Ezra 9, and I'm gonna start at 5. Get to the point. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." Yes, because the end of America and the end of this beast system is being made manifest, man. The folly, the bullshit that these devils be doing. Everybody can see that this is just the last call for alcohol for the Edomites, man. Because after this, it's not going to be no Roman Empire Part 2. No, it's not going to be like team is just going to get back on top and they're going to transfer to the Moabites or the Russians. No. This is the end all be all of our captivity, man, of us being in slavery. And we can actually see it. And that's what one thing it says that please a man, him that liveth to see the downfall of his enemies, man. It's a beautiful thing to see these regular old Americans falling apart, you know, because their kingdom don't have the juice like it had, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, "Even so, the times of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." Yes, so you're going to know when you're at the end of something, like a movie. Now you watch the movie, you can tell when it's going to get ready to wrap up, it's going to get the climax, a lot of action is happening. The superhero is coming through, the bad guy getting scared. For lack of better words, everything is being made evident that we are at the end of what? This beast system. And one thing you can see the evidence of the end of this beast system is the money collapsing, man. Inflation, as brother can see, I got an article from the Guardian.com. It says what? Global inflation fears as oil prices rise toward $100 a barrel. Now, right there, it says global inflation. The reason why it says global because the world is ran by what? The petrodollar. That's what the American dollar is backed up by. The dollar of oil is not backed up by silver or gold, nothing that's solid. But for the lack of better words, as the oil barrel will rise to $100, they make the dollar more weak. The higher the gas prices, the weaker the dollar is, man. Continuing on. Rise of 30% since June follows increasing demand in China and production cuts by Russia and Saudi Arabia. And he says it's a 30% rise since June, man. I know down here in Alabama, these sick guys, 1 week, brothers who watch the news, 1 week, it'll be gas prices in Alabama have went down 1 cent. And it's down 2 cents from yesterday, but the next week it'll rise 7 cents, 8 cents, man. So for the lack of a better word, with this economy, it's taking 2 steps forward and 50 steps back, man. And ain't no way in hell with this devil reboot himself so he can be that seven-headed beast that he once was before. Because this seven-headed beast, this whore, Babylon the Great, she was once a nice tenderoni. Now we're at the end of her system. She's an old broad. Instead of those perky, coconuts, for the lack of better words, they starting to sag, man. Instead of that tight-skinned body, it's nothing but flour. And we can see these things happening, man. Let's go ahead and read a little bit more of this article. It says oil prices are on track to reach $100 a barrel this month for the first time in 2023, after surging by almost 30% since June, after Russia and Saudi Arabian production cuts and rising demand from China. So, hey, for lack of better words, this oil and oil prices, that's how you know oil boys finna get ready to start, man. They're not getting the oil and these different resources just for GP. They're racking up, for the lack of better words, to start World War III, to show you that even the economy, the petrodollar, the falling of the US dollar is going to be a domino effect, which is going to affect everything, man. And that's just that's how prophecy works. The prophecy works like the domino effect. Just one little niche, everything is going to fall down. Everything is going to fall in place, man. And that's how Yahweh Ba'ashim shall work. Let's continue on. I'm going to jump down to right here. It says the Lila U.S. crude West Texas Intermediate has climbed from $67 a barrel to $90 a barrel over the same period. Both benchmark are up to 4% on the week. And for the lack of better words, man, this U.S. dollar or this petrodollar, you ain't really got to go into it, but to simplify it the best I can, the more gas be, the more the dollar is going to be close to crashing, man. Because even once you go into different articles and different things, it tells you the weakness of the U.S. dollar, man. Showing you it's not backed up by gold and silver. And that's why BRICS, bring Russia, India, China, South America, that's why they're coming together, because their money is going to actually be backed up by what? Gold and silver and precious resources. Even once you go after, you go into the BRICS nations, they was a starting 5 and they end up being a starting 11, and over 20 more countries wanting to join in. Those countries just wanting to join in, they're just not dead weight. For the lack of better words, they doing what? They got resources. They got rare earth minerals, uranium, They got oil. And ultimately, instead of dealing with the US dollar, they're moving it around it, man. They basically telling the US they don't want to deal with it, man. Why? Because it's not backed up by nothing, man. Again, it's backed up by oil. And for lack of better words, that oil it ain't worth shit no more. Let's get this article real quick from yahoo.com, yahoo.com. It says the dollar is weakening. Here's what it means for investors. And this is the spirit back during the the roaring 20s, but then you go back into what? The Great Depression. During the Great Depression, for the lack of better words, people was bugging out. They was, during the roaring 20s, they was investing in the economy. It was looking good. They was getting their money back and things like that. It was getting a good overhead. Soon as that 1930s happened, these different investors who tried to fix and put a band-aid on this weak-ass economy, guess what? They ended up offing themselves, man. Showing you that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do this thing once again. And this is going to make evils grow upon the planet Earth. It says this week inflation prints cemented a trend strategists have been anticipating for days now. The US dollar is trending lower. And that's not a trend. No, that's just a damn fact, man. The greenback continued to move down on Thursday after dropping to a 15-month low on the heels of the latest consumer price index reading. The data showed consumer price in June rose at their slowest pace since March 2021. And basically, people are not putting their money in the U.S. economy no more. Because, wow, you can see the downfall of it. If you can see, for lack of better words, you in the fourth quarter, somebody say you want to bet, it's 25 to damn 200. You're not going to bet on that game because you know what? Those guys are already lost. Like the U.S., their economy has already lost, man. But with the fall of the U.S. economy, it's actually going to affect the whole world. It says the U.S. inflation is dropping faster than Europe and Asia and other central banks are behind the Fed in terms of raising rates. So the dollar is depreciating relative to the euro and Asian currency. So the US dollar is falling faster than any other currency. But guess what? The US dollar is supposed to be the main currency or the main dollar to rule the whole planet Earth, man. Showing you that this article makes more sense. It says what? Global inflation fears as oil prices rise. So as the dollar get weaker and the oil prices get higher, for lack of better words, these devils is going to come forth with that CBDC, that digital dollar. And that's going to start a lot of shit too, because again, it's a domino effect. The gas price is getting high, the barrels of dollars are getting high, the money is getting low. And the reason they're going to have to try to fix it is through what? The C help. That's what it's all to build up into. The R to the F to the I .D C help, man. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more because these devils, they try to make big words and things like that, but you can just do it simple. For lack of better words, the dollar is over with. You know? The products that they're selling, the investments that they had, the stocks and bonds is going down. And the reason why it's going down, because these devils are trying to find a way to what? Push forth that CBDC, that central digital dollar. Here it go right here. It says, parents believe stocks will struggle if the dollar strengthened later this summer or in the fall. So they saying even if the dollar started doing better, it's, everything's still going to fall apart. It says there is little evidence, however, of a substantial uptrend in the dollar at this point, says parents. In fact, the majority of the data continue to point towards a lower U.S. dollar. I think this could be the catalyst to keep driving stock prices higher. Bitcoin too. And we already know that Bitcoin is what? A digital dollar, man. And it's all making more and more sense as we get closer into that time. Because with the U.S. dollar falling and the digital system being mandated, for lack of better words, it's going to make evils come upon the planet Earth. Bad times, man. You go into the store, and damn, 5 years ago, it was 4 chips for $1. 2 years ago, it was 2 chips for $1, man. And now this year, it's going to be a little bag of chips that's mostly at for $1. All of a sudden, don't be surprised when a 6-pack of chicken raise up to $120, man. Showing you, for the lack of better words, the fall of the U.S. dollar is going to be the domino effect of bad things happening upon the planet Earth. Let's go right here to the book of Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, man. Because with the U.S. dollar falling and people struggling to get their coins together, it's going to be an act of desperation, man. Jake if I ain't got it, I got to go out there and get it on my own. Niggas are going to start robbing and killing, putting people to death. For what? For the lack of bread, for food and water. Matter of fact, before I get that Ezekiel, let me get this in the book of 2nd Ezra. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15, and I'm going to jump down. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 in verse. I'm going to get to a point at verse 18. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because these devils and also these Americans, man, including 2/3 of our people, they're so prideful, they don't think that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to take them down. So when the troubles and bad things come, these comfortable people, as soon as they get in their uncomfortable situation, they're going to be in a desperate mindset. And a lot of people that be in a desperate mindset, they make irrational decisions. Like one of the irrational decisions that Esau is trying to lead unto you is take that sea hill. Let's continue on though. It says, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy his houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Because once you don't have the money to buy your food no more, or unless you have $50 left, but the pack of chicken that you want is $260. The bags of chips is $60. The only thing you can buy with that $50 bill is water. A little bottle of water. And you got to make that last for 3-4 months. Hey, we coming into a bad time here, man. And if you don't see it now, then hopefully you're going to see it then once you caught up in it. And that's why we got to say the water Yahweh Shai for opening our eyes into these things. So when the plagues and tribulations and bad things happen, we won't fall apart, man. Because we was briefed upon the situation. It tells you that in the book of Proverbs 23. 20. Yeah, I think it's 23. It says the prudent man foreseeth the evil and hide himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So when the evils and bad times come down upon the pipe, these people are going to bug out. But through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shai, the Lord, he's going to have us prepared. We're going to be properly prepped to be delivered from the latter times. Let's go ahead and get this in Ezekiel 7 and verse 5, because all the bad things that's happening is coming by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Here you go. It says Ezekiel 7 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And in this come, the end is come. It watches for thee, behold, it is come. Right there, evils in one verse, and the next verse is synonymous with the end. So evils is synonymous with the end. So it's plainly to see that we are at the end times, because evils have been growing. Earthquakes had happened last week. Judgment have been ramping up. Women killing their kids. Men killing their whole family, then killing themselves. The death angels are out there. The wild beast that's created for vengeance. A lot of things are happening upon the planet Earth, and it shows you that we are at the end, but our people are so asleep and so tired and so fucked up in the mind, they can't see it happening. They're so wrapped up with the NFL and college football games or little Kiki baby shower, not knowing that little Kiki baby is going to be dinner in the next couple of months, man. Lord, one of the things ramp up, man, because the closer we get to evils and bad times, the closer we get to the end and the closer we get into the kingdom of heaven, man. Let's go ahead and get this in the book of Acts, the 14th chapter. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So the dollar crashing, all hell breaking loose. The heart of many being made wax cold, earthquakes in diverse places, the famine, cannibalism, man, wars and rumors of wars. All these things, it's a sign to show you that we're getting close into the kingdom of heaven, because those are the tribulations that we're looking for, man. It's a spiritual, biblical time out, man. And once you look at that biblical time lapse, we're close to the end. Because on the two last major prophecies that's getting ready to come to pass is the seal, the RFIDCHIP being made manifest, and ultimately the most is being rained down on this place, man. Let's go ahead and get this word tribulation real quick. Because bad times must come in order for us to get to the kingdom of heaven. In order to go through heaven, you must go through hell, man. And we're on the trip to hell right now, because the things we go through is really not shit, man. It's going to get to a point, for the lack of better words, when The light's going to get cut off. That penny burger that Wendy's is selling is not going to be there. That 4 for 4, that 5 for 5, that 50-cent burger, all those things are going to be taken away. The comforts of America are going to be gone. And what you're going to do then, man? Let's go right here. This Strong's G 2347 going down. It says pressing together pressure. And what does that remind you of? Auto app KO. Pressure from above and pressure from beneath, and they come out with the solution, and again, we're going to put the pressure is going to be on us too. When it says pressure, it's either going to burst pipes and make diamonds, man. If you're going to trust upon the Lord, or you're going to lean upon Esau. Metaphor: oppression, affliction, tribulation, distress, straits. That word straits actually goes back into a level of difficulty. So we're going to be in these difficult times, man. But the Lord, he's going to preserve us in these difficult times. We're going to have to need Yahweh Shemai Shai, man. We pray to him, we pray to the Lord now, send about prayers and things like that. But it's going to be even more fervent in that day, man. Because you're going to know Jacob's trouble is happening, man. Let's read a little bit of this. Pressure, afflicted, anguish, burden, right here, persecution. Because get ready for to be persecuted for not taking that seal. Be ready to be persecuted for talking against the U.S. dollar. Be ready to be persecuted for speaking against this wicked system. It happened back then, so how much more is it going to happen now? Tribulation, and that word right there that stick out, trouble. Because why? The times of tribulation and the times of evil, or the times of Jacob's trouble, must come to pass in order for us to get to the kingdom of heaven, man, or the kingdom of the Most High. Let's get this in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, man. It says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And this is going to be a divine intervention, because this is how bad it's going to get, Might be some times you don't eat in a week. Might be some times you don't eat in 2 weeks, man. But that's a miracle, because the Lord still have you alive, man. Might be some times you get your family taken away. You get kicked out your homes. You get fired from the job. They might have your name, your face plastered upon the news, demonizing you. But you got to always remember the men before us went through this, and we have to go through this too, man. I says, many that walk according to this rule, everybody, for lack of better words, is going to have to feel that fire, man. Going to have to go through that tribulation in order to get down for your crown, man. Let's continue on, though. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that be found written in the book. And that people that's going to be delivered is the elect. But it says it's going to be a time of trouble. Now let's look up that word trouble. This that word trouble, Strong's H 68, 69. Scrolling down again, straits, distress, trouble. Right here, feminine tightness, adversity, adverse, affliction, anguish, distress, tribulation. So we're going to have to go through adversity, man. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get something real quick. Because again, through this adversity, it's going to make us acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Shemai Shai. This is the book of Sirach 2 in verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And those acceptable men that's written about in Sirach 2 and 5 is those same men in Daniel, the 12th chapter, the first verse that's found written in the book, man. Because again, those acceptable men is going to be in those times, but they're going to keep their integrity, keep the understanding, and basically keep their faith in the latter times, man. Because they know, for the lack of better words, was coming down the pipe, and they knew what to do to prepare for the danger to come ahead. When you see evils coming, you can brace for impact instead of for somebody who don't see it and they get popped, man. Let's go ahead and get this real quick in the book of Ephesians 5, and I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest, arise from the dead, and a Mashiach shall give thee light. Why it says, awake, thou that thou sleepest? Yes, awake from that dead mindset. Because a part of you being dead is you not knowing what's going on. You being in the dark about certain things. You ask the question, motherfucker say, don't worry about it. You're going to worry about it even more now. Because at the end of the day, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord put 2/3 of our people asleep so they can be taken by the things that's coming down the pipe, man. Because these people are not prepared for the famine. They're not prepared for World War III. They're not prepared even when the Sea Hook come out, man. These guys are going to actually be the first ones in line, and they're going to stunt with it. Man, I got the same, because, celebrities are going to have it. Man, I got the same thing LeBron got. It might be niggas out here with 3, 4, 5 Sea Hips in them, man. And the reason why they received that mark, because they was asleep. They was dead, man. Like a dead body is not aware of what you're doing to it. These people, they're not aware of what they eat. They with these burgers, man, you got to be aware of shit like that, man. They're not aware of the times. They're not aware of the economy. They think the gas prices just rising high just because it's the summer. It'd be like that every summer. Back in the winter, it's going to go down. Man, it's going to continue to increase until the damn dollar pops. But it says, wait, at the end, it says, in the Mashiach shall give thee light. Because once you arise from the dead and the Lord enlighten you of the things what's going on, then you're going to move a different way. Continuing on. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Yes. Basically, walking circumspectly is not walking upon the course of the world, man. You being aware of what's going on. You being aware of your surroundings. Even being aware of, gas prices and food prices, man. Now, it's this little tuna thing I be getting. It's like $1 and dollar 50 cents. I went to the store yesterday. It was raised up 10 cents from a week ago, man. Not just a penny or two, but 10 cents, man. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 months or 3 months down the line, it'd be worth $3. And that's inflation at its best. And I can't wait until hyperinflation kick in, man. Then that's when people are going to want to hearken, but it's going to be too late. Let's continue on in verse 15. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Yes, it says redeeming the time, basically paying attention to your time, using your time wisely. Because why? The days that we are coming upon is evil, man. Going to the word evil, Eve meaning times, and ill meaning bad. So we're coming upon bad times, man. Let's go out here in the book of 2nd Ezra. Because in these bad times, we have to trust and lean upon Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 14 and verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Yes, the fleshly things, man. The fleshly bullshit that holds you back from serving the Lord, man. You have to throw that shit behind you and look at the path ahead, man. Because if you don't, you're going to actually be caught up with the evils, man. You worrying about your baby mama drama, and now she took the Sea Hill. Now you bugging out even more now. She wants you to take it now, man. And now you considering it because you bugging out. You didn't realize what you got yourself into. That's why it says put not off the weak nature, that emotional mindset that a lot of these Americans have. You have to throw that shit out the window. Continuing on, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Because even though everything is all fine and dandy now, hey, later on, when shit get really, really real, you're gonna want you want the Lord to come back now, but you're gonna really be hastening and begging Yahweh Shema to come back in the latter times that we're coming in. Why? For greater evils than those which I have seen happen shall be done hereafter. Yes, greater evils. Greater evils than slavery, greater evils than the Civil War, greater evil than World War One, World War Two, Vietnam. It's gonna be the peak, for the lack of better words, of hell breaking loose, man. You're not going to be able to compare this time to the dark ages, the bubonic plague. It's going to be some worse than the bubonic plague out here, man. And it's all going to be the spirit in Yahweh Shem Yahushua making these things happen. It says, for look how much more the world shall be weaker than through age, much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So as the earth get older and we get through these different times, the more better and the worse it's gonna get, man. You know? Let's go ahead and get this, man. This is the book of Psalms 25, and we start at verse 1. Unto thee, O Lord, right here, prayer for protection, because that's what we need in the evil time. Because again, people don't realize the name Yahweh Shai, his meaning. Yahweh Shai actually translate into the deliverer, the savior. You know? It's just not a name to call. No, you call upon him when you need help. Man, you call upon him in your everyday life, man, because even whether you know it or not, you need help breathing, man. He control your breath. But it says right here, prayer for protection, guidance, and parting. Psalms 25 and verse 1. Unto thee, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, do I lift up my soul. And that's what you should lift up your soul or take your supplications to. You shouldn't lift up your soul or take your supplications to fucking Esau, man, or fucking witch. Continuing on, oh my power, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yes, you don't supposed to let me, because the Spirit, the Lord, he is not going to let Esau triumph over the elect, but Esau is going to triumph over 2/3 of our people. And actually, in certain cases, it's going to be right before our eyes. The Lord might deliver you, and you might see a nigga die right beside you, man. It says, yeah, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without a cause. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Yes, and the part of the Lord's ways and paths is through levels of difficulty. Because you go back into that Sirach, the second chapter, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. But in the midst of those temptations, the Lord, he's not going to put too much on you that you can handle, man. He's going to be the power that's going to put you through there, and he's going to be the power that's going to take you out of there, man. It says, lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the power of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day long. And that's what we wait on, man, especially once we're going through hell. Because what the scriptures say, the patience possessing your souls. Because how Esau wants you to be, he wants you to be in a desperate mindset. And that mindset if it don't happen now, or for lack of better words, if I don't eat then, if 2020, the Lord ain't come then, and that means you don't have the patience. And now your soul was taken, now you are cattle to Esau. Now Esau have the ownership of you, man. That's what happens when you don't wait upon Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's continue on in verse 6, though. It says, remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. Yes, because what was written before time was written for our learning. Look at the faithful men of old, and look at how those faithful men is going to be preserved even to this day, man. You know, one of my favorite chapters is Hebrew, the 11th chapter, because every time you read it, it says, by faith Noah, by faith Abraham, by faith Enoch, by faith Moses, man. Showing you that these men didn't get on it just by GP. They didn't even get on it by the fleshly matters, man. They got on it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. One example, look at Moses. He was a king, for the lack of better words. He had pull in the Egyptian empire, but he said, fuck that. I will go serve with my people. And through that integrity and through his patience and through money, look at the position that the Lord had set him up in, man. Now we can remember him today. Nobody don't fuck with Ramses II. Everybody knew about Moses. Why? Because Moses was faithful until the end. Let's go ahead and get this in the book of Psalms 37. This is the book of Psalms 37, and I'm going to start at verse. Start at verse 12. This Psalms 37 and verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And that's that order application bullshit, man. Because you go through the economy, they making it fall on its own. The inflation, Esau, he making it do, it's man-made. Like the famine is going to be a man-made famine. But the reason why Esau is doing this, so he can have the scopeo on Jake, the black Latinos and Native Americans and the speckled pearl out there, man. You know? So with these plans that this guy doing a build-up, it's ultimately to knock our people off. But guess what? It says the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Yes, because the Lord, UFOs out there. That's why Esau is in the panic attack. Esau is really finna throw the whole kitchen sink. Don't be surprised. He just did that little Mexican, what is called, that little Mexican alien shit. And nigga look like a dried up mushroom, man. Esau, he's coming into an act of desperation because he can see that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to come and take him down. And with that, Esau is going to throw the whole kitchen sink, and the Lord is going to throw the whole kitchen sink too, by the way of pushing forth miracles, doing divine intervention, delivering his elect through these dangerous times. It says the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. And we just looked at that word trouble earlier. It says persecution, man. So be ready to be persecuted for having the upright conversation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Whether you saying the Lord is a so-called black man, or you going ham and saying that this nigga going to slavery, man. Because a lot of these guys try to change their doctrine and think Esau's still not going to come for your ass. You might as well go all out, man. Either way, Esau still is going to try to demonize the nation of Israel. You might as well go all out with the doctrine, man. Teach the whole doctrine instead of picks and parks out of it, so you won't get it in there so much trouble. Now you say, yeah, that's not a boy Edomite, but a couple years ago you was reading Romans 9 and 13. Continuing on, it says, "Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bones shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked." Because in that day, man, you might have just the clothes on your back, man. You might be I forgot how Yahweh worded it, but I can roughly paraphrase it. As long as you have food and raiment, you might be homeless. You might be a brother on the street or something, man. For lack of better words, the Lord said, "A little that a righteous man have is better than riches of many wicked." Because even though during the city help, niggas are still going to be stunned, niggas still are going to be eating, niggas still are going to be flexing, but the righteous are going to be going through that straight gate, man, instead of going through that comfortability bullshit. It says, "For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous." And we can see that the Lord is breaking this kingdom down. Joe Biden, this guy, he's the representation of America, and he's one of the biggest jokes upon the planet Earth. Trump, he was supposed to be the last hurrah of the so-called white man. Now this nigga is indicted. Showing you that the Lord is breaking down this wicked beast system, man. He's breaking your legs. It says, "But the Lord upholdeth the righteous." Yes, the Lord, he's upholding the elect. Actually, he's building the elect right back up, man. Continuing on, "The Lord knoweth the days of the uprights, and their inheritance shall be forever." Yes, because our kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom, while Esau's kingdom was only but for a short time. That's why he's coming down having great wrath, because he knew what they have for a short time, man. It says, "They shall not be ashamed in the evil times, in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied." Why? Because they're going to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And ultimately, like it says, be ashamed in the evil time, because the Lord still is going to have our head above water, even though the things that's going to be surrounded by us is going to be falling apart, man. And that's the beautiful thing of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, man. Continuing on, "But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke shall they consume away. Yes, because ultimately the Lord, he's going to burn the rest of you niggas. He's going to deliver the elect, but he's going to burn the rest of the 2/3 and niggas who don't want to cleave unto the ways of Yahweh Shemai, man. You know? So yeah, I can quickly video. I pray it was edifying when I say call Allah Yamala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, Shalom, DTA, and the Bob Bob. Soon.